Hey everyone, and welcome back to ICC What to Watch, where we break down the European football matches that you absolutely cannot miss on this weekend's schedule. I'm your host, Chris Murch, back for the last episode of the 2020-21 club season. The final match days for all top 5 leagues in Europe were this past weekend, and boy did they not disappoint. We saw Atletico Madrid hold on to win their first La Liga title since 2013-14 in dramatic fashion as it took a late Luis Suarez goal to seal victory for the Rowi Blancos and take the full 3 points they needed after Real Madrid got a late goal themselves. A big congrats to the ICC alum on obtaining La Liga, and a huge shout out to Suarez as well, who had an awesome year in the face of basically getting dumped by Barcelona last off-season. Next, in France, we saw upstart Lille dethrone PSG, who had won Ligue 1 7 of the 8 years prior. A semi-final exit in Champions League and no French title for the Giants of Paris. Not the year that Mbappe, Neymar, or new manager Mauricio Pochettino envisioned. Do they bounce back next season? In the Premier League, the title, well, that was decided a few weeks ago already. Congratulations, Manchester City. However, we saw one of the better top 4 races in recent memory as we had Chelsea, Liverpool, and Leicester City fighting for the final 2 Champions League qualification spots. Those ended up in the hands of Liverpool and Chelsea, as Leicester, who had the most weeks in the top 4 of any club all season, bow out on the final day. Shout out Liverpool for turning their season around despite incredible injury woes. And finally, in Italy, we see another crazy top 4 race as Juventus clawed their way into the top 4 and Champions League by the skin of their teeth as Napoli finished 5th after a tie against Verona. Big shout out to AC Milan as well, who are heading back to the Champions League for the first time in nearly a decade. Now, this weekend, we have the big one, of course, the Champions League final in Porto, Portugal between Manchester City and Chelsea. An all-England final that will surely not disappoint. Let's break it all down, shall we? Chelsea have had their work cut out for them all season. After sacking manager Frank Lampard in January, they brought in Thomas Tuchel, who had just lost the UCL final with PSG against Bayern the year before. He immediately turned the previously defensively inept Blues into a stalwart, collecting double-digit clean sheets in the league in only a few months and dominating Champions League knockout stages en route to the final. He pretty much outcoached the likes of Zinedine Zidane and Diego Simeone in Champions League and held a tough Porto side to only 1 goal over their 2 legs. Led by veteran Thiago Silva, who had just come the previous summer, and an all-of-a-sudden class Antonio Rudiger out of nowhere, as well as the help that N'Golo Kante provides, this defense is stout and will be a tough game for any opponent. The offense they produce, however, is a bit of a different story. Under Tuchel, Chelsea has struggled in the final third, usually winning games by stopping the other team as opposed to beating them offensively. The finishing woes of Timo Werner, the constant rotation of the stockpile of wingers and midfielders that Chelsea have, inconsistent delivery from that midfield, it really all adds up. This game for Chelsea might come down to pregame and the lineup that they put out there. Of course, us American soccer fans, we want to see Christian Pulisic starting. But is he better as a super sub, as proven by his game-winning assist in the Champions League semifinal against Real Madrid? Does Tuchel roll with the struggling Werner over the likes of Olivier Giroud or Tammy Abraham? Does Kai Havertz get the nod at the 10 over Mason Mount, Hakim Ziyech? There are so many questions that Chelsea have going in on their lineup. Tuchel is a genius, but will he overthink it? On the other side, you have another managerial genius in Pep Guardiola, whose club Manchester City have been utterly dominant in 2021. After a bit of a rough start and seeing themselves outside of the top 4 for a large majority of the fall, the Citizens have been flying, nabbing the EPL with weeks to spare and already garnering 2 titles along with the Carabao Cup. Do they now secure a treble? They're probably the best club in the world right now with some of the best talent. You have an absolute wall in Ruben Diaz, who might be the best center back in the world right now, maybe the best cam in the world in Kevin De Bruyne, Ederson, the Golden Glove winner in net, and so many scoring threats from all over the pitch. And they do this without a striker. This is the first time that Man City have found themselves in the Champions League final, and this might be their best shot to win it all. Pep has his club humming and hitting on all cylinders heading into the match on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern on the CBS family of networks. Who do I think will win? My heart wants Chelsea and Christian Pulisic. My brain says a 3-1 victory for Man City. Also this weekend, we will see the final entrant into the 2021-22 Premier League season as the EFL Championship playoff final takes place with Brentford taking on Swansea City. Sadly, this matchup is American-less as Bournemouth with Cameron Carter-Vickers lost to Brentford and Barnsley with Daryl Dike lost to Swansea. But this game will still be an incredible match to watch as you have the likes of Ivan Toney, the championship's leading scorer with 32 goals, going up against Andre Ayew, and maybe the championship's best keeper in Freddie Woodman. Before you tune into the Champions League final, be sure to check out this match at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Plus Saturday. Thanks for joining, everyone, and don't forget that the ICC is back this summer as the WICC will kick off in Portland, Oregon, August 18th through the 21st. We have all champions as FC Barcelona, Olympique Lyonnais, and the NWSL's Portland Thorns and Houston Dash are coming to compete. Be sure to check out International Champions Cup for pre-sale ticket information, and while you're there, check out our other original programming such as Around the ICC with Matteo Bonetti, The Fixture with Meg Linehan, EPL Insights with Michael Tomer, ICC Confidential with Fabrizio Romano, and more at internationalchampionscup.com as said before. And go ahead and follow us at International Champions Cup on Instagram and Facebook, and at INT Champions Cup on Twitter. We'll see you soon.